For nearly 2 decades, Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban were seen as one of Hollywood's rare, enduring love stories. In an industry known for fast romances and even faster breakups, their marriage felt different, grounded, tested, and resilient. They walked red carpets hand in hand, praised each other in award speeches, and openly discussed the hard seasons they survived together. Through addiction struggles, demanding careers, global fame, and the pressures of raising children under public scrutiny, they projected stability. So when their 19-year marriage officially ended in January 2026, the shock wasn't mild curiosity. It was genuine disbelief. Almost instantly, as the headlines about the divorce spread, another name began circulating: Russell Crowe, longtime friend, fellow Australian, former co-star. Tabloids revived old quotes, resurfaced past appearances, and constructed narratives suggesting he might be playing a significant role in Nicole's life during this transition. But before diving into speculation, it's important to separate what is verified from what is merely suggested. To understand why the divorce hit so hard publicly, you have to revisit how their love story began. In January 2005, at the Day USA Gala in Los Angeles, 2 Australians met in a room full of industry power players. Nicole would later admit she had an immediate crush. Keith, by contrast, took his time. Despite receiving her number, he waited 4 months before calling. When he finally did, momentum built quickly. By May 2006, they were engaged. On June 25, 2006, they married in Manly, Australia, surrounded by friends and fellow Australian stars. It felt like a second chance at lasting love for Nicole after her highly publicized divorce from Tom Cruise. But their marriage was tested almost immediately. Just months after the wedding, Nicole staged an intervention for Keith regarding his struggles with alcohol and addiction. In October 2006, he entered rehab for 3 months. Years later, he would openly admit he nearly destroyed their fresh marriage. The vulnerability of that period, and their decision to fight through it, strengthened their public image. They were not perfect. They were not glossy fantasy. They were 2 people confronting reality together. Over time, they built a family. Their daughter Sunday Rose was born in 2008, followed by Faith Margaret via surrogate in 2010. They chose to base themselves primarily in Nashville, away from Hollywood's daily glare. The decision symbolized something intentional: protecting their family life from constant spectacle. For years, it appeared to work. Publicly, they were affectionate and expressive. Keith frequently praised Nicole's unwavering support during his sobriety journey. Nicole often described their relationship as deeply intimate and built on communication. She once revealed they never texted each other. They preferred to call, maintaining a personal connection even when apart. Anniversary tributes were poetic and enthusiastic. As recently as June 2025, Nicole posted a black-and-white photo celebrating 19 years together. At the time, nothing publicly hinted at trouble. Then came September 29, 2025. Reports broke that the couple had separated earlier that summer. The following day, Nicole filed for divorce in Nashville, citing irreconcilable differences. By January 6, 2026, the divorce was finalized. The legal process appeared orderly. Both parties had signed dissolution agreements weeks before the public announcement. There was no messy courtroom battle, no explosive public accusations. The settlement details painted a structured and financially independent picture. Neither party would pay alimony or child support. Their assets were largely held separately through trusts and LLCs. Nicole was named the primary residential parent, with custody arrangements outlining structured visitation and shared holidays. On paper, it was civil, efficient, mature. But paper rarely captures emotional reality. Speculation quickly filled the silence. Keith had been heavily touring, promoting new music and filming projects tied to his career. He openly acknowledged in interviews that the demands of touring can be isolating and all-consuming. Nicole, meanwhile, was immersed in major acting projects, including filming Practical Magic 2 and preparing for another season of Big Little Lies. 2 globally recognized figures operating on separate continents for extended stretches of time. It is not difficult to imagine distance growing. Rumors intensified when fans began scrutinizing Keith's professional relationship with younger musician Maggie Baugh, who toured as part of his band. Social media users dissected performance clips, claiming subtle lyric changes and perceived chemistry. However, Baugh explicitly denied any romantic involvement. No verified evidence supported claims of an affair. Yet timing fueled narrative. The divorce filing came shortly after fan speculation went viral. The internet reacted emotionally. Many fans sided strongly with Nicole. When she made public appearances post-filing, including Paris Fashion Week, comments flooded in praising her strength and composure. Meanwhile, unverified reports suggesting Keith had moved on quickly sparked backlash. Social media, as it often does, constructed heroes and villains with incomplete information. And then, almost inevitably, Russell Crowe's name gained traction. Why Russell? Because he fits a compelling storyline template. He and Nicole share decades of history within the Australian entertainment industry. They co-starred in the 2018 film Boy Erased, portraying a married couple navigating a deeply emotional narrative about faith and sexuality. The collaboration required intensity and trust. Russell publicly praised Nicole's performance during the film's promotion, and years earlier he had referred to her as one of my favorite people in the universe. Beyond acting, both have held leadership roles within Australia's Film Academy, advocating for Australian cinema on the global stage. Their connection is not a sudden, opportunistic acquaintance. It is long-standing and documented. Russell also experienced his own painful divorce. He understands co-parenting under public scrutiny. He understands headlines dissecting personal heartbreak. On paper, he is uniquely positioned to empathize. But empathy is not romance. Tabloids claimed he was calling Nicole daily, meeting privately for grounding conversations, offering strategic career advice, and potentially creating tension within his own relationship. These stories relied exclusively on anonymous insiders. Neither Russell nor Nicole confirmed any of it. No verified photographs of secret meetings surfaced. No direct quotes were given. It is entirely plausible that two longtime friends exchanged supportive messages during a difficult time. It is equally plausible that the details were exaggerated for engagement. Plausibility, however, is not proof. One concerning element of the Russell narrative is how it subtly reframes Nicole's agency. The implication often becomes that she requires a strong male figure to guide her through transition. Yet Nicole Kidman is an Academy Award-winning actress, producer, and businesswoman with decades of industry experience. She navigated a previous high-profile divorce and continued to build a powerhouse career. Framing her resilience as dependent on male support diminishes that history. Since the divorce, Nicole has projected composure. She has attended high-profile events, taken on new film projects, and been announced as co-chair of the 2026 Met Gala. Her social media presence reflects confidence, fashion moments, professional milestones, glimpses of family life. If there is private grief, it remains largely private. Keith, for his part, has maintained relative silence. He continues touring and fulfilling professional commitments. Reports indicate that the two reunited during the holidays for the sake of their daughters, signaling cooperative co-parenting. While anonymous sources describe emotional distance, the absence of public hostility suggests mutual commitment to stability for their children. So what truly ended the marriage? The official record states irreconcilable differences. In Hollywood, that phrase often masks complex realities. Shifting priorities, evolving identities, accumulated distance. It does not necessarily signal scandal. Sometimes two people grow in directions that no longer align, even if affection remains. Their marriage once symbolized hope, second chances, recovery, longevity. Its ending unsettled fans because it challenged that symbol. If a couple that survived addiction and early turbulence could eventually separate, what does that mean about permanence? The reaction was less about celebrity curiosity and more about emotional projection. The Russell Crowe angle persists because it offers narrative continuity, a comforting subplot of support amid heartbreak. But without confirmation, it remains just that, a narrative. In the end, what is verifiable is straightforward. Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban were married for 19 years. They share 2 daughters. They finalized a structured, respectful divorce in January 2026. Russell Crowe is a documented longtime friend and former co-star. Beyond that, specifics remain private. Perhaps that privacy is the most telling detail of all. Not every ending requires scandal. Not every friendship hides romance. Not every silence conceals drama. Sometimes the truth is quieter than headlines. Two accomplished individuals closing a chapter, focusing on their children, and continuing forward in separate but dignified directions. What remains undeniable is that Nicole Kidman continues moving with resilience, Keith Urban continues pursuing his music career, and Russell Crowe remains what he has publicly always been.